Hey there, Unreal Engine friends. In today's video, we're going to spice up your project with a dash of dynamism by adding animations to your map tiles. And guess what? It's a piece of cake. Let me guide you through it step by step. First up, drag and drop a generator into your level. Ready for the fun part? Let's enable animation. Head over to the Curves menu, and you'll find 3 awesome options for scaling, rotating, and locating your tiles. You're the puppet master here, with full control over the tile animations. Here's a hot tip. Your animation curves should be 1 second long. But don't fret. You can adjust the overall animation duration right here. For this demo, I've set it to a snappy 1.5 seconds. Notice the delay option? This little gem controls the delay between animations of neighboring tiles. It's like choreographing a dance. And then there's autoplay. Turn this on, and your animations will kick off as soon as your map is ready. If you're not into the whole automation scene, just hop into the level blueprint while your generator is selected. Create a reference to the generator and call the playtiles animation function. You'll need to define the range for the animation play. I'm starting from tile 0 and 0 and setting the map size as the endpoint. Oh, and check out this handy event, On Generation Completed. You can bind a custom event to it and perform any post-generation wizardry you need. And hey, don't think we're stopping here. I've got another video in the pipeline where I'll introduce you to even more blueprint nodes. So subscribe to the channel to be notified of that. It's going to be epic. Now, back to the animation curves. To whip one up, right-click in the Content browser, navigate to the Miscellaneous menu, and select Curve. Then choose Curve Vector from the pop-up list. Open your curve and turn off all component previews for a cleaner workspace. Now you can focus on editing each component one by one. Remember, your curve's lifespan is 1 second. So let's drop 2 keyframes as our foundation, setting their times to 0 and 1. For the location animation curve, you can start with any value, positive or negative, but make sure to wrap up your animation with a keyframe value of 0. This way, your tile won't end up off kilter. Ready for a test run? Slot your curve asset into the location option and hit play. Watch as, post-generation, all tiles glide smoothly from 150 units out to their destined spots. Want to switch things up? Flip the starting value to -150 for a new direction. And hey, let's smooth out that curve for a sleeker motion. I bet you can craft even cooler animation curves than me. Hit play once more, and voila, the animation direction flips. You can apply the same magic to the Y and Z components, either solo or in a trio. Let's add some Z-axis action too. And there you have it. Now our tiles are grooving in both X and Z directions. Isn't that just unreal? Pun intended. Now, it's time for the rotation animation. First off, create a new curve vector, just like we did before. Turn off the component previews to keep things tidy and plant your initial keyframes at times 0 and 1. Here's a quick heads up. X is for pitch, Y for yaw, and Z for roll. Remember, the final keyframe value must be a big fat 0, and your other keyframe values should play between 0 and 1. 0 is chillin' at no rotation, and 1 is doing a full 360-degree party spin. Want a 180-degree twist? Set your keyframe to 0.5. Let's take a peek at what we've got. With the rotation in play alongside our location animation, it's like a dance party for our meshes. To get a clearer view of the rotation, let's remove the location animation. And there it is. All our meshes pulling off a full 360. Want less spin? Dial it down and watch them do a cool half turn. Now let's mix it up with another component. Here's the game plan. Click on the component for a sneak preview. Drop in your main keyframes, dial in your keyframe values, and cap it off with a 0. Fire it up with 2 active components, and you've got yourself a show. Let's crank up the last component and see the magic happen. I'm just sketching out the basics here, but I bet you can finesse these curves to perfection. Whoa, what's this? A super quirky effect. Let's dial up the quirkiness by bringing back the location vector. And oh my, that's something else. Time for the scale curve. Whip up a new curve vector, and note that this one's a bit special. Its duration is still 1 second, but the grand finale keyframe must be a solid one. Ready to add a sprinkle of chaos to our animation? Hit play and, something's missing. The Y and Z components need their final keyframes set to 1. Let's tweak that. And now hit play again. There it is, our complete bonkers animation. Let's isolate the test by turning off location and rotation animations. Not too shabby, right? Let's up the tempo. Now we're talking. A touch of lag for drama? I won't keep you with endless value testing. I know you've got the skills to out-animate me any day. Before we wrap up, let's chat about the visibility menu. Hide initialized. Flip this switch, and your meshes will play hide and seek until your generation is done if you're initializing them in real time. Hide all from editor. Activate this, and all your meshes, both initiated and generated from the editor in runtime, will be hidden. They'll stay hidden until you bring them back or let PlayTile animation work its reveal magic to unhide them. And that's a wrap. If you've got questions or just want to share your animation triumphs, drop a comment below. Thanks for tuning in and have an unreal day.